Hello and welcome to Football 301. I'm your host, Nate Tice, joined, as always, every Sunday with Charles McDonald. We're coming to you right after Sunday Night Football. Patriots, Bills. It's time for the late hit. Mr. Forverts, the Patriots take down the Bills, the undefeated Bills, who are now defeated 23-20 in what was a pretty entertaining game. Pretty sloppy at the beginning for the Bills.
Yeah.
They kind of cleaned it up in the second half, got going. Josh Allen got rolling. Drake Maye with a fantastic performance, even if they only scored 23 points. But there's no more undefeated teams now. Charles, how you doing today? That first half kind of felt like it summed up this entire sloppy, messy, schlocky Sunday that we got to witness.
Yeah, when we previewed this game, I think we both thought we were going to see a little bit more fireworks than this offensively, just based on where these defenses have been and where both these quarterbacks have been this season. But at the end of the day, I thought, Drake played well, and he gets to continue like his breakout season, I guess, even though he did play pretty well last year. You're just kind of building on, the foundation that was already set from last year. And then Josh Allen, I thought he had a pretty good game too. It's kind of fun to... He did. Pretty good game. Yeah. That Josh Allen guy is pretty good. He ends
pretty
up
good.
Making a lot of plays for his team over the course of the game. But both guys in positive EPA tonight. Josh Allen had 7 scrambles for 50 yards, almost a 70% scramble success rate. I mean, both these guys kind of put their team on their back, and I thought you got to see the physical talent between the two of them, which is really fun. And we get to do this 2 times a year for the next, however many years Josh Allen decides to play. So that's a lot of fun.
It is. Yeah, very fun styles of play, both of them, because they're creators. They're willing to push it. So, yeah, Josh Allen, I mean, he had the better success rate tonight. I think it was over or near 60%. Depends on where you look. But also plenty of explosive plays on both sides. The turnovers, of course, really kneecapped the Bills. They had 8 penalties in the first half. I mean, Patriots finished with 10 penalties, maybe more. But also just sloppy ones, too. It just seemed like they were kind of lethargic to start the game. And same with the Patriots offense. They couldn't get anything going in the run game. Patriots kind of kept going to like split backs, I noticed, with the 2 running backs in there. And then that kind of opened things up for their passing game, I noticed, in the second half. I thought that was interesting. But also it was just one of these games where we previewed it, and I was like, "Oh man, the Bills defense! You get them a base defense, and you just run on them." And then I looked at all the Patriots run game stats, and I was like, "Oh God, oh never mind. I don't know if you can even do this." So that was actually really good to see Stefon Diggs step up and have not just like a consistent chain moving performance, which is how I envisioned Stefon Diggs this year, as more just like, okay, he gets a bunch of first downs, maybe finishes with like 62 yards, 70 yards, one of the 7 catches for 80 yards kind of games, 10 catches, 146 yards on 12 targets. First play of the game, they went bootleg straight to Stefon Diggs, and that kind of was like set the tone for the passing game for the night. It was Drake Maye on the move, and Diggs getting a lot of targets, like justifiably so. Tons of sideline throws to him, in structure, out of structure. The play Drake Maye was as he's getting tackled before the 2-minute when he shoves off Daquan Jones and pitches it to him. Crazy good play. Yeah, he's a great athlete. And then I just thought that, I mean, there's so many big plays that he had. Really just starting the 2-minute drive going into the half. He had the big play to Hunter Henry, and that kind of got him going. And then he started the second half just really churning it on top of all the other stuff that he did underneath. But any feelings, or what are your feelings on kind of where the Patriots offense sits right now? Kind of their skill guys, their backs, it kind of seems like they're trying to sort it all out underneath Diggs right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to... You still just got to keep stacking talent. I don't know if it hurts to see what Tyquan Thornton has done in Kansas City, because that was a guy that was on your team pretty recently. Yeah. And I still think that they could use like some like big play threat on the outside. But the good thing is, like, you have a quarterback at least that can work with what you have. You can definitely make a case that they could upgrade their wide receivers past Stefon Diggs. Certainly can make a case that they need some more running back talent in there, especially if Ramondre Stevenson is going to keep eating carries for them. But like Maye's presence just alleviates everything. Like in the second half, when they really needed a spark and try to get back in that game and get it across the finish line, he had he went 13 for 14 for 182 yards in the second half. 56% of his dropbacks went for a first down. I mean, that's what you want to see from a franchise quarterback. And we're talking about, they can use running backs, they can use wide receivers, and he still gives them a chance to win every week. Like that's a really special player. So I was glad that he got to have this game on a national scale. So people can kind of see that. The Patriots got another one, but this one feels more fun than the last one.
Different style than the last one.
Different style,
way different style. It was kind of cool to see without that one blemish. You know, even Allen had the interception on kind of the extended play. It wasn't extended. It was kind of like he was waiting for the second window. But Allen had a throw today too before I get into Maye. He had like one that was like a third window towards the sideline in the first half that I was just gushing over. And I can't wait to rewatch. But I mentioned that play to Hunter Henry. That was before the half. It was just like a big over route, if I remember correctly. And on that, it was 2nd and 15. It goes for 22 yards. That was his first explosive pass of the night. He finished with 7 explosive passes on the night. He had a 16-yarder to Diggs to start the second half. Right after it, he had another 16-yarder to Booty. And then he had the 32-yarder to catch and run to Diggs. Then he had the one to Henry, the 24-yarder to Henry. Then he had another one to Diggs for 30 yards. Then he had a 19-yarder to Booty at the end. And it was just, that's why he's so exciting. The success rate stuff is good. And it was cool to see, it's really been cool to see him just operate on stick over and over. And what stick again is those little quick out routes. You see him run 100 times. They did back-to-back plays tonight. And it was cool to see like, oh, this is what made me excited about him in college was if you watched him his senior year or his last year, because he was a redshirt sophomore actually, against Georgia Tech. It was just haymaker after haymaker, 20 yards, benders, digs, benders, just all these throws. And that's what makes him exciting is because he's willing to push that. Same with the guy on the other side of the field who has kind of reined in his stuff. But then at any moment, the Bills offense is just, it comes in waves almost. You know, it's like these big, it's like, okay, he kind of lulls you. And then all of a sudden it's like a 30-yard gain, 25-yard gain, 20-yard, touchdown. And it's just like, what the frick was that? trying not to drop the F-bombs as much on this because my wife said that my son heard me one time on a pod when I dropped an F-bomb.
Come on, Dad.
No, I know. But no, and also the Patriots defense had some nice moments. It's a hard offense to corral for 4 quarters. It's an impossible quarterback to corral for 4 quarters. They brought some cool blitzes though, some funky looks that I thought were interesting, but yeah, hats off to the Patriots. And I thought the Bills defense had some nice moments too. I think, Maye gets the job done. It's not the most overwhelming offensive talent wise. And they're kind of, missionary position with how they go about things. But I do think, I thought that the Bills defense showed a little bit of life as well. Yeah.
The last thing I have on Drake Maye that you kind of hinted at, were you talking about the willingness to kind of be aggressive? I isolated throws tonight that just went 1 air yard past the first down marker. So 1 yard beyond the stick at least. 7 for 7, 128 yards, 14.7 air yards per attempt, 1.6 EPA per dropback, and a 71% explosive pass rate. So just when you're trying to get past the sticks, he was perfect tonight. And it's just get him some players. Like you could go absolutely nuclear on their offense. They can just continue to stack their talent because you can see the vision.
Kyle Williams is anything. If Kyle Williams is something, anything, man, that would really help.
I forgot they drafted him until someone mentioned him last week.
Yeah, they tried to get him going at one point. I think a penalty happened, or Maye got pressured and he had to like burn it or something like that. Yeah. No, that's exactly it. Pushing it past the sticks. That's the name of the game. It's hard to live underneath the sticks unless you have guys. And I thought that was that whole sequence on the 2-minute drive was just so cool because it was the creation play to Diggs. Then he hits the whole shot to Booty, which was so awesome against cover 2 on a 2-minute drive, like just to have the balls to do that. And then the next play is a run play. And if you watch the whole sequence on it, the Josh McDaniels offense is old school in the sense that they make the quarterback Mike point even on run plays. Kind of help your play action stuff sometimes because it ties it all together. But he changed the play. And I was curious because there's so much communication. And I was wondering if it was a true audible, which some people use the term audible incorrectly, but I'm never going to correct it. But an audible truly is like you totally new play. Like I'm drawing it up in the sand essentially, and I'm just using code words. Most play changes are kills or cans or alerts, which is between 2 or 3 plays or concepts. And I don't know, there's so much communication on it. I was curious what he got to. The fullback moved over and it was like an 8-yard gain, I think. But I got to rewatch that. But why I'm bringing that up. It was just cool to see him make the big plays I'm so excited for. But then he has a really good handle of football situations, and that makes me excited too. Even on the last play, he scrambles instead of throws it away when he's pressured. That was like, I mean, like most guys, I won't say most guys, I would say that's a 50-50 shot. Guys throw that away, and he pockets it, almost creates something, but it keeps the clock turning, which was a huge moment because you're going against that freaking Bills Josh Allen offense. So yeah, I could keep going on and on. I think the Bills are still good. I'm very curious to see what their defense starts to look like as more guys, their reinforcements come after the suspensions. I think they're obviously one of the teams to beat in the AFC and the NFL. Thought this was just a great performance by Maye and nice moments from the Patriots defense. Christian Gonzalez had a nice game. Targeted four times, only allowed 1 reception, 1 PBU, 3 tight window targets, which is a nice little stat you can see as well. But any closing thoughts on this game, Charles, before we get to 3 highs, 3 lows?
No, just the Patriots. They got to nail this next offseason because you got the dude. So just get the players.
Yeah.
You know, you're not that far away.
See their schedule.
As long as you got the dude, you're not that far away. You know,
ever. Look at the team across from them. Look at that's what happens. Look at every other team. They can reshift and remodel everybody else. As long as you have a dude, it makes life very easy.
People are still talking about the Ravens making the playoffs potentially at 1-4. So get the dude. You know, you got the dude.
Right. Or it's like the Bengals. Any discussion the last couple of years? It's like, they're 0-4. Hey, it doesn't matter if we spot them a lead because we got Burrow in this offense. Patriots go at Saints, at Titans, host the Browns, host the Falcons. Okay, so interesting schedule coming up. At Bucks, host the Jets. Bills go at Falcons next Monday night.
Oh, it's toughy. We'll see.
But I'm not going to talk to you on Tuesday, so you get out of it. And then it looks like they got a bye, and then they go at Panthers, host Chiefs. Ooh, that's going to be a fun one. Then at Dolphins, host Bucks as well, and then at Texans. So fun little round robin there for the Bills. But yeah, I mean, that day, like I started the show, that kind of summarized what was a unique day in the NFL in Week 5. Charles and I went live on YouTube to react to Week 5. It was so much fun because we just picked through the schlock, and it was a great time. That conversation is coming up. 3 highs, 3 lows right after the break.